Hey YouTube, this is David, back again with another review, this time of Draft Day. Saw this a couple of weeks ago. I think it must have been on the 20th, Sunday before last. Yeah, that's when I saw it. Of course, this is the new film starring Kevin Costner. A quick description from IMDb. At the NFL Draft, General Manager Sonny Weaver has the opportunity to rebuild his team when he trades for the #1 pick. He must decide what he's willing to sacrifice on a life-changing day for a few hundred young men with NFL dreams. Directed by Ivan Reitman and written by Scott Rothman and Rajiv Joseph. Of course, it stars Kevin Costner, but the other people that I recognized that I've actually seen in other things were Jennifer Garner. It's been a while since I saw her in a movie. She's just not in the movies I usually see, I guess. Chi McBride, I recognized him. I think he was in Boston Public. I think in way back when, and also I think I've seen him in I think it was iRobot with Will Smith. The other recognized people that I saw were Dennis Leary as a coach, and also I'm trying to find his name here. Frank Langella is like this owner. Team owner, and when I started to watch the movie, I recognized somebody who I've never actually seen in a movie before. He was in a trailer for a movie. He's going to be James Brown, I think. Chadwick Boseman as Vontae Mack. I haven't seen him in anything before, but I really liked him in this movie. Also, Terry Crews is in it. Now that I see his name, he was the dad of one of the potential drafts. Sam Elliott, yes, I found him. I actually found him on here as Coach Moore. But I want to get the character's name that Langella played. But IMDb, I hate it when it's not really well organized as far as the prominence of the characters in the movie. You think it would be like Kevin Costner and then on down, but no, it's kind of all over the place here. But anyway, this review is just going to be about what I saw in the film. As usual, that's what I do with my reviews, because I'm not heavily into sports, especially football. The last time I was in football in any meaningful way was when I would watch Monday Night Football with my grandfather. That was almost 20 years ago. That's how long ago that was, and my grandpa's been deceased since 1999. But that was, apart from a little two-hand touch, I've never been a big football guy. There was something about this movie, though. I guess it was Kevin Costner. I wanted to watch this movie. It is a sports movie, and I'm like, I haven't watched a sports movie in a good while. So I wanted to see this, and I'm glad I saw it at the theater. I really like his performance, and that's one of the things I wanted to see it for. I did not like his character in Man of Steel as Pa Kent. I mean, he was there and he was good, but the way he died and stuff, it left a bad taste in my mouth with Kevin. As far as Kevin Costner performances, but I liked him. I liked his performance in this film. It was a neat little story that really, if I don't get any other point across about why I think it's good, this film it really lets you know the kind of stress that people in that position, being someone who's in charge of picking what players are going to go, what players are going to be brought in for a team, and just all that hangs in the balance, as far as like the little description said, the hopes and dreams of the players, yeah, but as far as the bottom line is concerned, with him as being in that position, all the money that is spent on draft day on the new players, and just the fan base, the hardcore fans that are like they portray it in the movie, the way they have the hangman thing, the signs made up of like, you suck and you need to get rid of so and so and bring in so and so and fire so and so. He's not a good coach, and this other guy, he's not a good agent. He's not a good. It was really something to watch, and the way the movie plays out. A few spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen the movie. It actually just has the day, not things during the year and everything, or actual gameplay or football per se, except for them looking at videos of potential draft picks and seeing what they do right, what they do wrong, their weaknesses, their strengths, and so on and so forth, what they need, what that particular team needs and stuff. And something else. And again, I read an article, a review, briefly, right after I saw the movie, saying it's authentic here, but then it's not hardcore enough in this other area. Like, it doesn't show like the real intensity of the situation of that day. I'm like, well, I thought they did a good job, just from my vantage point. Then again, I'm not into football in a serious way, but just to see Kevin Costner play the character Sonny, and having to deal with his own issues with, again, not the best thing in the world as far as what he's actually dealing with, because you see he's been divorced and he actually has a child with a woman who he works with. Like, she finds out she's pregnant and yet they're not married. Stuff like that. And his mother, issues with his mother. His father was basically working under him until he fired him, and you find out why he fired him during the movie. No spoiler there, just you find out why. I won't say why and all that, but just that serious issues he has to deal with in his own life, and on that day too. I guess in a usual way that wouldn't be the case on a draft day, but just to see the intensity of it, the responsibility he has, and everybody breathing down his neck, everybody second guessing him about you're going to pick Callahan, right? You're going to pick Callahan's the win-win. He's the future and all this stuff. And really, the thing I want to bring out from this, from what I saw in the film, was that it does teach a good lesson, as far as who gets rewarded for things. For instance, the character, I want to get his name right again, Chadwick Boseman as Vontae Mack. Vontae Mack is one of the potential picks. And it's so funny in the movie the way he calls Kevin Costner up. He calls Sonny up, and Sonny's like, how'd you get this number? And he's like, who you going to pick, man? You're going to pick me, right? I'm taking my nephews out today. He's got his little nephews in the back. He's taking them to the water park or something. No, he's going to take them. It's a play day, basically. He's taking them somewhere to throw the ball around or something. And basically a good message is sent in the movie, in that everybody wants Kevin Costner on draft day to pick Callahan, and yet everybody else wants Callahan. What is his last name? Was it Nick Callahan? I want to say it was Nick Callahan. Bo Callahan. Yeah. Played by Josh Pence, I believe. Yeah. Bo Callahan. And Kevin Costner's at a loss as to what to do, because there are several young potential picks that he could go with on draft day. And it's really something to behold, to watch it start like early in the morning, draft day. It's draft day. The news media is out and about. There's all this hubbub and all this to do about like it's the big day. Who's going to get it, and who's going to go? Who are the new people? Who are they going to be? Of course, people are betting. People are saying it's going to be this. People are, and for him in that position, Kevin Costner's character Sonny Weaver is just it's kind of insane. But the good message that I saw the movie send was this. Mac calls him up again because he had tweeted something. Of course, they bring in the social networking stuff into this film. He tweeted something, and I forget what it was, so I'm kind of glad I forgot. Less spoilers that way. But Kevin Costner's mother, played by Ellen Burst, Sonny Weaver's mother, she tweeted it, and she's second-guessing him on the phone, saying, how could you do that? Don't you know so-and-so's the guaranteed Callahan and all this. And Kevin Costner, you see this in the trailer, so I guess it's not a big surprise. He's like, how do you know about this? He's like, 'cause I just tweeted it. He's like, you're on Twitter? And she's like, what, you're not? Anyway, Vontae Mack, he calls him up again and he says, you need to watch the gameplay footage more. He says, you need to watch what happens when I sacked Callahan 4 different times and how he reacted and what I did and all this. And at one part of the movie, you get to that point finally when Kevin Costner does watch the footage, and he sees that he gave the game ball to somebody, and of course everybody in his their little HQ there with all the other people who work under him and choosing the players and the assistant coaches, the coach, and all these people who are there and going crazy in draft day. See, you never do that. You don't give the game ball to just some girl. And Kevin Costner's looking at the footage intently, right? He's like, that's his sister. He gave the game ball to his sister, and she died like 6 months after that. And then Dennis Leary, who he's constantly after him the whole movie too, saying, I need the team I need to coach. If you want to win, I came here to win. Pay me $30 million. And you get all these huge sums of money mentioned because that's what pro football, that's the kind of serious money, and thus all the pressure again that's on Kevin Costner, Dennis Leary, the coach, telling him, I need the team that I need. If you want to win, pay me $30 million over the next 3 years, 5 years or something. I need the people I want. And Kevin Costner saying, no, you're going to get the team that I give you. And it's my job to decide who comes in and who goes, what the team is going to be. And the thing is, you really get that message that it's important to him. And it's something he's looked forward to forever since he was a little kid, learning all about football from his dad, that he has this opportunity now to have the team he wants after so long. And the day is kind of falling apart with his personal problems and everybody putting all this pressure on him. And Dennis Leary, when Kevin Costner says he gave the game ball to his sister and his sister died, Dennis Leary starts up with the, oh, boo-hoo. It's like Cry Me a River. But Kevin Costner, you find out the character Sonny is somebody who has heart, serious heart in this film, and that's what I loved about it. You don't know what he writes on this little piece of paper that he's carrying with him, and you see it several times throughout the movie until he finally throws it on the table. After he's made up his mind what's going to happen, and he's finally really taken charge at the end. The way the piece of paper, I think it was Jennifer Garner's character, Allie, who picked up the paper and read it, and it said, I think it said, Vontae Mack, no matter what. And it was kind of a touching thing because everybody wants him to choose Callahan. And it's like in the back of his mind, he knows he's got to pick Callahan on draft day and to secure him for their team. And yet all these other people, these other teams want him as their number one and stuff. And he had been actually doing his due diligence, asking questions about this fishy circumstances surrounding Callahan, and the movie does a really good thing, I think, in looking at individual character. He finds out that Callahan, through talking to him on the phone and things that happened to him, nobody attending his birthday party and just different things, that he has serious character issues, that he's kind of a hothead and a little bit arrogant and dishonest, and so it makes it that much harder for Kevin Costner's character, Sonny Weaver, to pick this guy. And that's why you see it toward the end, what he jotted down on that piece of paper, Vontae Mack, no matter what. Because there was another guy, Terry Crews's son in the film. Is it Ray Jennings? Is Arian Foster? I think that's him. He had a run-in with the law, something that was kind of thrown out in court or something, but like something, a blotch on your record, some violent encounter or something like that. Something that he could easily have done without Kevin Costner, and could easily do without that. And so you see why he wrote Vontae Mac, No Matter What, and just carrying it in his hand and in his pocket through most of the movie. And really, that was the thing that really, if you might call it the eternal element, the character, that little bit of wanting to do the right thing kind of a thing that I take from the film. Everything else about the movie was just, it was entertaining for sure, to see the pressure that he's under, and to see the way all these people act and how greedy they are, and how he has to give up his number one picks for the next 3 years. And again, I don't know anything about football and how they choose this stuff, how they make these decisions, especially on the day, on draft day. And so it was something to behold, to watch all the telephone conversations. And so for that thing alone, I tell you, if you're into sports especially, but if you're even curious about this movie, like for Kevin Costner or Jennifer Garner or any of the people as actors, if you're curious about the movie and you want to watch it, I say it's a sports movie for sure. Unfortunately, they take the Lord's name in vain a lot in this movie. There's some cursing, and it was kind of a surreal day for me at the movies, because I did not realize what I'd gotten myself into. I thought it was rated PG-13 for some reason. I thought that, again, this is a rambling review from now on, from this point to the end of the review, because I was like, man, they sure are cussing a lot. I thought this was PG-13. And what else was there? Oh yeah, I saw Transcendence the same day. And I'm like, man, I thought this was PG-13 for some reason. I guess I did a poor job. I didn't do my due diligence in checking out what it was rated. And then even Captain America: The Winter Soldier, I think that was rated PG-13. And yet, man, did they shoot a lot of bad guys, and Falcon and some other people do a lot of cussing in that film. So it was kind of a surreal day as far as what I was expecting at the theater. But apart from all of the GD this and poor language, it's the depiction of what these decision makers on draft day have on their plate, what's expected of them, and all the responsibility that's put upon them. I learned a lot. I'll go ahead and say that. My sister, she was at the movies with me. The ending of the film, no spoilers, but there was something about the ending of the film that had her crying a little bit. So maybe that's another thing that would throw a question mark or a curiosity spur for you there if you're interested in seeing the movie. I like Kevin Costner. It's just, I don't know what it is. I like, as far as his performances and rating them, as much as I was entertained by different parts of the film, I'd probably say that I still like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves from back in the day with him in it. Yes, I actually like that movie. Sue me, shoot me, whatever. I liked it, not only for nostalgia reasons, because I was a kid when I watched that film, but just that I liked him in it. Yeah. Trying to think of other Kevin Costner films, but anyway, it's a neat little movie. Again, language gets kind of bad because people are just like that. They gotta use bad language. Not sure what else I can say about the film. If you're into sports movies, for sure, I guess it would be worth a watch to you, just anyway. But yeah, I wanted to say that about the film, that the way he had such trouble not wanting to go with the flow in picking Bo Callahan, and the way, and again, I won't give this away. I won't give this away because that would spoil the movie. What he does at the end, and kind of following his conscience, and how everything, as far as, again, he shouldn't be. The situation with his girlfriend, that's not really acceptable behavior. But as far as how he deals with things at the end, he has a little bit of an arc, a character arc, where he's working through all these different things, and he's trying to take responsibility for some things. No spoilers, try not to spoil anything. He is not going with the flow. He's not afraid to get a little people on edge, and when he rocks the boat a little bit at the end. Again, no spoilers, but just the way he seems to want to, his character, Kevin Costner's character, Sonny Weaver, wants to go with his gut in doing what he has worked through to the conclusion, to where he sees this as the right thing to do in spite of what anybody else thinks about it. And the way he gets a lot of people excited and angry at him by the end of the movie, and yet he still did it anyway. That was what I really liked about Draft Day. So this will be my review, and again, try not to spoil anything. Very entertaining, especially the eye-opening parts of it for me, as being somebody who isn't heavy into sports in general and football in particular. But yeah, I enjoyed the flick. I'm glad I saw it at the movies, because I don't know what it is. Movies like this and lots of other films, not to put Draft Day down, because I enjoyed watching it at the movies. It's just, I just enjoy the movies so much, going to the theater, because if I were to watch this on a DVD or something at home, I don't know if I'd fall asleep or what, or I don't know. It's just I'm glad when I went to the movies, this was one of the ones that I picked out. Again, if you're interested in it at all, I say just beware the language as usual, and I think you'll enjoy it, especially to see the way Kevin Costner's character. And the more I think about it, the way he's not exactly the same person by the end of the film. That's what I really liked about it. And so this will be my review. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.